My God, I hate drugs.
Daig pa nang nanalo sa loto ang 10 sibilyan na nagbigay ng impormasyon na nakatulong sa pagkakahuli o pagpaslang sa mga miyembro ng mga teroristang grupo. Nasa 27.6 million pesos ang reward money ang ipinamahagi ng Armed Forces of the Philippines sa mga tipster bilang gantimpala sa pagbibigay nila ng impormasyon. Pinakamalaki ang pabuya sa pagkakahuli kay Ahmad Batabol. May 6.3 million peso bounty sa ulo ni Batabol na kabilang din sa US Most Wanted Terrorist List.
2,000 pa nabuo ang reward money system para hikayatin ang publiko na makipagtulungan sa mga otoridad sa paglaban sa terorismo sa bansa. Ayon kay AFP Chief of Staff General Carlito Galvez, may proseso na sinusunod ng AFP sa pagbibigay ng reward money at siniguro niya na tama at walang korupsyon na nangyayari kahit pa confidential ang pagpoproseso rito.
Okay, so,
Well,
Ina.
sayang, people thought it was gonna happen. People thought after Malacanang said that last week that, oh, hindi, cheaper diesel.
Coming next side.
It's coming in. But then unfortunately, with how the DOE explained it yesterday, apparently it is not going to reduce or cause any reduction in current prices, which as we know, continuous yung pagtaas.
Yes.
Tama ba si James, no?
James was saying
in Baguio, not just in Metro
60
Manila.
60 plus pesos.
So
Here, Metro Manila,
with the
59.
diesel that's coming in, it's really more, as you say, as an energy reserve.
Yes, at
As a
least for
backup.
this first batch of imports. Yun yung sinastress naman ng DOE. So maybe eventually, if more supply from other countries come in, then that's the only time that maybe we can expect.
Okay.
But the problem is, prices are going up now and people are hoping for
Immediate
some sort
relief.
of
Yes.
exactly, immediate relief.
Alright.
So unfortunately, it's not gonna happen anytime soon. But they're saying meron namang subsidy supposedly under the train law. Well, that's a whole different discussion, but hopefully these are being given to those who need it most, especially yung mga public utility jeeps, public utility vehicles.
That's right.
Okay.
Meantime, we bring you more news. Here's the business report.
Petron increased the price of its LPG products early midnight. LPG is up by 3 pesos and 40 centavos per kilogram, while its auto LPG has a 1 peso and 90 centavo increase per liter. Adjustments in these prices reflect movements in the international market. Company executives say the government should tap the private sector more to fund projects, just like what happened during the previous administration. The Duterte administration is clarifying they are open to different forms of funding for big-ticket infrastructure projects. Apart from the so-called hybrid public-private partnership, borrowing from other governments, or ODA, is also being done, and so are unsolicited proposals. They say the key, apart from lower interest rate, is also the speed on which the project can be implemented. During CNN Philippines' first ever business forum, Building for the Future, the Duterte administration's economic managers explained the need to catch up and fast-track infrastructure projects.
We do not commit to PPP alone because there's a natural delay for the PPP. How many months? 37 months before we... 29 months from project ID to take off. So we cannot afford that long.
It's cheaper to get it from the government or from ODA. There's no comparison. How much do you charge? What, 20%, 10%, something like that? It's way.
Sir. Sometimes within single digit. But we're not.
Anyway.
We admit we are. We are more expensive, admittedly, than 0.1.
You can watch a full forum later. The event is moderated by CNN international correspondent Andrew Stevens and our chief correspondent Pia Ontiveros. Catch this special presentation, Building for the Future. Initial telecast is at 7 p.m. tonight, only here on CNN Philippines.
Tech news now. Move over Facebook. YouTube is now the most popular online platform among teens. The Pew Research Center reveals 85% of U.S. teens use the video streaming site. That's followed by Instagram at 72% and Snapchat at 69%. The same study confirms Facebook is losing its touch among the youth. The study shows that only 51% of U.S. teens use Facebook. That's a 20% drop since 2015. The last time the firm surveyed teens' social media habits. The Pew study also found smartphone growth among teens has jumped significantly. 95% of teens say they own one compared to 75% in 2015. This is
our top stories. The Trade Union Congress of the Philippines believes it's time to increase the minimum wage nationwide by 320 pesos. TUCP Party List Representative Raymond Mendoza filed House Bill 7805 to legalize the pay hike, which aims to benefit all workers in the private sector. TUCP says it's been almost 30 years since the last legislated pay hike happened. Minimum wage currently stands at 512 pesos per day. The Energy Department says don't expect lower fuel prices anytime soon. That's as the government plans to import cheaper diesel from Russia to help Filipinos cope with rising fuel prices. Negotiations for the importation process have just begun. An energy official says it may also take a while for supply to arrive. The government is eyeing an initial volume of 240 million liters of diesel, but government says that's not enough to pull down prices right away. For now, the imported fuel will augment the country's energy supply. The government may also sell them in bulk to oil players. In an exclusive interview with CNN Philippines, Solicitor General Jose Calida justifies his family's business transactions with the government. He also maintains he will not resign. Our senior anchor and correspondent Pinky Webb has this report.
Noon pa yan, why should I fire him? He's good.
Solicitor General Jose Calida isn't resigning. President Rodrigo Duterte's recent statement defending the Solgen even bolstered his resolve to stay in his post. In an exclusive interview with CNN Philippines, Calida stressed he did not violate any laws regarding contracts obtained by his security firm, Vigilant Investigative and Security Agency Incorporated, from some government agencies.
This is a government procurement. There are laws. There is a law and there are procedures. For example, there's the BAC, composed of senior officers of the procurement entity. And sometimes the bidding is done by the PhilJeps, or the PhilJeps is under the Department of Finance, okay? Not necessarily the procuring entity. So there are many safeguards there.
Would you agree or not agree, sir? Your position gives you some sort of advantage.
I do not agree because there are rules that we follow.
Calida admits he still owns 60% of Vigilant, but he clarifies there's no conflict of interest.
Under this law, the public official is given two choices. One, to resign within 30 days from the assumption of office. And the other option, the law uses the term and/or, signifying that there is a choice. You need not resign and divest.
He also explained why the security firm chose to enter into transactions with the government.
The Vigilant considered to join public bidding. Why? Because government agencies, government instrumentalities, they have an approved budget for the contract. And therefore, there is an assurance that the security guards will be given what is due to them.
The Solicitor General also defends himself on the issue of delicadeza. Is it moral?
Well, as far as I'm concerned, I have not done anything wrong, and therefore, there's no issue of morality here.
He says these are fabricated allegations meant to ruin his reputation.
They're angry with me because I won the Quo Warranto case and ousted their poster Chief Justice.
Kalida welcomes plans by Justice Secretary Menardo Guevara to investigate 2 of the contracts obtained by his firm from the DOJ. And in the event a case is filed against Vigilant by the Justice Department, this is Kalida's response.
If there will be an actual conflict of interest, then I will divest.
And you still see
Within 60 days from that.
Meanwhile, Kalida denies allegations of an extramarital affair.
That's a big fat lie. I need not, this woman admits that she has no evidence. They want to destroy my family, and I will not forgive them for that. There will be a day of reckoning.
He also responds to an appeal filed by former Chief Justice Maria Lourdes Sereno regarding the Supreme Court decision on the quo warranto petition, as well as the Senate's resolution questioning this.
Why should they be afraid of me? Pinky, I'm not lusting for power. I'm just doing my job. That's the job of the Solicitor General.
Kalida also gave his take on whether government should listen to claims made by alleged pork barrel scam mastermind Janet Lim Napoles. He says lawmakers involved in the pork barrel scam and Disbursement Acceleration Program, or DAP, should be held accountable.
We should listen to anybody who has evidence to prove a crime.
So they should listen to her. Should government listen to Janet Lim Napoles?
I believe so. If she has the evidence, let her speak.
The Soljan says he has no aspirations to become a member of the Supreme Court, saying he is happy being the defender of the government. Pinky Webb, CNN Philippines.
New day on CNN Philippines. British singer Dua Lipa is all set to blow your mind. She's returning to the Philippines this year. And here's a movie Filipino fans are talking about. We take a look at the teen film Walwal. New Day will be right back.
So how much would it cost to maintain a property for investment?
Well, usually it will cost you your movie nights.
How dare you?
I didn't say anything.
Excuse you.
What did I say? What? Did I say it's you? Why are you defensive?
Ikaw.
Huh?
Ikaw ang
Kami early
nagpawalwal.
kami. We sleep early in the at night.
Natutulog ka dyan minsan sa office.
Kasi,
there was this one time, magpapa-makeup na ako. But lock the makeup room and he was there.
Sige, kwento natin sa Facebook Live, Ina. Ikwento natin. Gusto mo ikwento ko yung pagwawalwal mo?
He opens the door, nakapantulog.
Wow, nice. CS. Gusto mo ikwento ko mga ano mo sa CS? Ano?
No,
gusto mo?
wala ako doon. O, ikaw.
Okay.
O, ikaw din. May alam ako.
These are all...
Pwede ba si Christine na lang yung walwal? Hindi yan, ano yan. Hindi nagwawalwal yan. Pupunta yan sa wake. No, she goes to, no, she just went to, ano ka ba? Hindi ako nagpapata. She goes to wake talaga.
I go to... You used to make it sound like I go to one every day.
Oo nga.
No, you don't. I'm just...
Good morning and welcome back. I'm Ina Andolong.